What is up, everybody? Hope you're all having a great day today. I'm trying this new thing out. I'm back in the studio, as you can see, but I'm trying this new thing out where I have the camera there. Let me know if you like that. We'll see how that goes. Let me turn that off. But how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a great start to the weekend. And yeah, let's talk some movies today. So the first main thing is that I saw this week was Predator Badlands, and that thing was awesome. It was great. I have the review on my channel as well as the recap of the 6 Predator films, and I just dropped all 9 Predator movies ranked, which was the AVP movies. So if you are interested in that, it's all on the channel right now. Highly encourage you to go check that out, of course. But basically, we'll start this week with some news. Some big news dropped of The Mummy. There's a sequel to The Mummy coming out. What else? There's more talk of Alan Ritchson joining the DCU, so that's going to be great. And then what else is going on? And then Predator Badlands. And of course, we're going to talk about a bunch of other stuff that we all want to talk about. That's usually how this stream goes. Starts off with movies and it branches off into whatever. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me bring up some news first. Okay, so let's start off with Predator Badlands, since that's like the hot topic right now, right? That's what everyone's going to see. So the first big thing here is that Predator Badlands is the 9th movie in the series, right? So, you know what I want to see? Give me 1 second, guys. I want to see... Because the camera is so far away from me, I want to see if this will work. Okay, so this is easier for you all to hear. Wait, damn it, I can't tell. I can't tell if this is working because it keeps trying to connect to my computer. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if the sound is okay. If not, I'll try to work on the headphones. But basically, the first set of news is that Predator Badlands box office sets major record amid the franchise's first theatrical debut in 7 years. So basically, it's killing it at the box office, which we all kind of knew it would. Now keep in mind, this isn't an Avengers level movie. This isn't like, it's not the biggest movie of all time. It is rated PG-13, so I'm sure that a lot of people are going to go see it because of that, and that's probably the whole goal of why they did that. I know that it's the biggest budget of a Predator movie, so keep that in mind. It's over 100, I think it's like 100 million is the budget, and it made... hold on, I'm reading it. 37 million, which is only $1 million less than the highest grossing movie of the franchise, which is Alien vs. Predator. So, it's doing really good at the box office. Turkish. That's crazy. I'm always meeting new people on here. Last week was like India, and I think somewhere else as well. But hi, thank you for joining the channel. Joining the stream. What else is there? So yeah, Predator Badlands is doing really good at the box office so far, and I had nothing but good things to say about it. If you haven't seen the review, it's on the channel. So definitely check that out. I posted my ranking, like I said, of all 9 of them a few minutes ago on the channel, so go check that out. And I posted it on TikTok as well. I got a lot of pushback on TikTok, and you know what? It is what it is. We're not all going to have the same views and opinions on it, but APPP, what's going on? Thanks for joining. So let's see. So I'm looking at a chart right now of the Predator franchise. So the first one came out in '87. We all know that. With Arnold Schwarzenegger, it was, everyone loves that movie. And looking at it, as far as the worldwide total for the box office and all that stuff, like, it's on the lower end, of course, because it was the first of its kind. But Alien vs. Predator dominated the first week and worldwide total of the franchise. Now, I do think that Badlands can beat it. I really do think that Badlands can definitely beat this. The word of mouth is just so good for this movie, and I'm one of them that's just, I cannot say enough good things about it. Johnny, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate that. And Abraham, hello. Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the sub. Subs and likes and comments and all that stuff goes so far on these channels. Like I didn't know that when I first started the channel. And you know, you watch YouTube way before you actually start a channel. I had no idea how much like just liking a video helps. The more likes, the more it pushes it out, and it just really does help. While we're kind of on the subject, I got a new computer finally. That's why we're back in the studio. But on the new computer, I got some new editing software. So on the review of Predator Badlands, you can see a little bit more different effects, especially when I rate the actual movie at the end. You can see a little bit new effects there. Let me know what you all think about it. If you like that way or if you like the other way. I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit longer and kind of see how it works. And I'm still trying to figure it all out, but I do like this software a little bit more than the last one that I was using. So we'll see how that goes. But that's a little bit newer stuff that's going on. Has anyone seen Frankenstein so far on Netflix? I'm gonna check that out tonight. I am so excited. I am so excited for that movie. I've been looking forward to that for so long. And the hype only built for Frankenstein for me because, for one, Guillermo del Toro, whatever he does, you know, it's gonna be a banger. We already know that. But when I heard that he was doing Frankenstein, I was all in on it, right? And then I kind of forgot about it. And then I started getting into reading. If you're new to the channel, I'm into reading now. If you're not, then I say this every freaking live stream. But anyway, I started reading Frankenstein a couple months back, not knowing that it was based, like the movie was going to be based on the actual book. And the book is fantastic. So like that only amplified how excited I am for Frankenstein. So I'm really hoping to check that out tonight. Me and my wife are going to check it out. And I'll probably do a review on it tomorrow. I'll have it out tomorrow. If I don't do a review and I'm still kind of kicking it around, which a review is very easy and you know they are fun to do and just kind of tell you what I like and didn't like about it. I might do like a book to movie comparison. I'm not quite sure yet. So I'll see about that. Let's see. Oh, and then the other big news this week, probably the biggest news this week, was the news of The Mummy. The Mummy sequel, Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz coming back. So sick. Like that, in theory, shouldn't work, right? Like that's with these sequels, with these legacy sequels, every time you hear that they're making whatever, it's more so a bad thing than a good thing, right? Like everyone's just torn in half about what they feel. For me, I love those movies. And what really kind of like made me the most excited about this is Radio Silence is directing it. They did Scream 5, Scream 6, they did Abigail and Ready or Not with Samara Weaving. So they have not a long resume, but a good resume of horror movies, very gory horror movies that I love gore. I love horror movies. That's what I'm all about. But the fact that they're onto this is a great sign. Now, I don't expect this movie to be a super gory and like really go hard into what they do, but they're good directors, right? Like that's just a good team to be doing this franchise. And while I really hope they don't go in the gory way, I just hope they capture the same magic, and I hope that they have a good story. The one thing is Brandon and Rachel, they're coming back as their characters, is reportedly what's happening. I won't believe anything until we get the actual trailer or they start filming it. You know, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But what I really want to see, and someone pointed this out, and I didn't even think about this. Those two are coming back, right? But they're not the only like iconic characters from the Mummy movies, right? What about Jonathan? What about Imhotep? Are we gonna get the same Mummy coming back? Probably not. That's probably not gonna happen. But we need news that Jonathan's coming back because he was like the comedic relief. Like, there's so much to love about this franchise. So if they come back and do this, there's an opportunity here to do this really well. And I think there's a lot of stories to tell with that. What have they been up to? And when did the last one come out? So it'd be The Mummy Returns, right? God, I saw that movie so many times in theaters. I was a kid though, and it's crazy when I look back and I say, oh, I saw this movie so many times in theaters as a kid. I didn't have money back then. How the hell did I get there? Did I go with I don't remember the situation. I think I went with my aunt, maybe my mom once, and maybe my sister. I don't remember, but somehow I made it there multiple times, and I think it's pretty impressive when you were a kid. What's your opinion on Indian food? It's one of the best foods. Indian food might be probably, I'd say probably, I don't want to say this definitively, but it's probably the most like tasteful foods ever. Like it's there's so much flavor. There's so much flavor in all of the different foods. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite foods to have. That and Thai food. Love Thai food. So the Mummy Returns. This is more so for me. 2001. That was the last time. No, that wasn't the last time. Because that other one, the Dragon Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. That was Brendan Fraser's last time as the character. That was 2008. So not as long, but 2008 was the last time. So now we're getting something after. It looks like diarrhea. No, it's good. It's good. I know some of it looks, and that's the other thing. The foods that look the weirdest, you gotta try. Like that's something that I didn't want to do, but then when I started to actually like travel and like try these different type of foods, you just gotta go all in. And most of the time, I'm not saying every time, but most of the time, they're great. But the description is pretty on point. Mexican food. Mexican food's okay. It's there's a lot of it where I live. So I don't really it's good. I have it all. I've had it my whole life. I've had it more often than not. So I'm just kind of burnt out on it. That's why I'm so drawn to like different things like recently Indian food, Thai food. I'm really down for whatever. But Mexican food is I think the most common thing in my area, so I'm kind of burnt out on it. No, bro, I'm not kidding. I'm not catching that E. coli. Charles Chavez, what's going on? You might get E. coli if you have that food, but you might get E. coli having any type of food. So keep that in mind. Are you Texan? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. New Mexico. So west. Um, I was in Texas recently though. I went on a cruise out of there a couple of weeks back, and Texas is cool. First time I ever went to Buc-ee's. So that was my first time last month. I actually got to go to a Buc-ee's, and I got to see what the hype was, and it was pretty cool. They got some good food in there, and it's crazy. I went in there out and then back, and I didn't know that they had such a good coffee setup. They had so many different varieties, and then you go and there's like milks and creamers and all that crap. Buc-ee's is the real deal. Can you play Fortnite? Hell no, I can't play Fortnite. I don't play a lot of video games anymore. I try to a little bit, but not really. Shooting games? Absolutely not. If I'm gonna play like a shooting game like Fortnite, it's gonna be like Uncharted with like the third person type deal, single player. No, you won't catch me online playing Fortnite. It'll be embarrassing. Crazy that Fortnite's still a thing. Like, once again, I'm not very in on Fortnite, but it's been around for years, and I usually things like that die off, but no, it's still going strong. Nope, Minecraft and Fortnite are not my thing, unfortunately. I never got the hype with Minecraft. I played it. I played it at my buddy's house, and I was like, "What do I do?" He's like, "You build. You go get this stuff." And I'm like, "But what's the objective?" He's like, "No, you just build." And I'm like, I need a story. I need like I need to get from point A to point B. I need like an objective. I know, I know, I know. I feel like I'm probably the only person on the planet that isn't into that. And it is, but it sounds like you like it. What did you think of the movie? I haven't watched the movie yet. Once again, not a big fan of the games, but I do like Jack Black and I do like Jason Momoa. So I will check it out one day. It's just today's not that day. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know that there was an objective. I had no idea that there was an objective to that game. It just, yeah. Killing a Dragon sounds sick though. PUBG is always fun. I never played that either, but I've seen it and it looks pretty cool. Plus, there's always older guys playing that actually talk. Oh, instead of just the racial slurs and all that good stuff. I remember my experience playing video games when I was, like that, like online, was definitely when Call of Duty 4 came out on the PS3. That was the prime age. Threw on the headset, and it was just, that was what everybody was doing. Everybody and their mom was playing that game, and it was so much fun. You have to defeat a dragon. Okay. Is that the is that the objective? Not the objective. Is that the point of the movie by chance? Because that sounds pretty cool. Although, even though I haven't seen the Minecraft movie, the visuals looked awesome. I will say that. It did look really cool. Once again, I love the people in it. I just haven't gotten around to seeing it. We started off with Badlands, Rusty. I have a lot of stuff on my channel covering it. I just did the review yesterday. I dropped a ranking video, a short, right before this live stream, so you can check that out as well. But overall, Badlands was sick. Badlands was amazing. I was messing with my letterbox this morning and kind of rearranging stuff because, I see a movie, I log it, I place it in a general area of like where it ranks in the overall year, and that thing shot up. Like Badlands is easily in my top 10. It's right now I think I put it at number 5, but obviously that can go up or down. Usually when I do that though, it moves up maybe 1 or 2 spots or down 1 or 2 spots. So we'll see. But I love Badlands. It's fantastic. You have to get materials and make a good inventory to try to defeat a boss that takes time, and you could also do creative mode. Okay. Okay. I had no idea that there was an objective to that, so mind blown. Movies about going to the nether. Okay. Jason, you got to get some new friends, man. Now go check that out though if you ever get a chance. Like, oh, one more thing, if anyone's watching that's like on the fence of seeing Predator Badlands, the one thing I gotta say is that you will not be disappointed with the action and the gore. Even though it's PG-13, you're gonna love it. And if you get the opportunity, go to the theater to see it because the sound is awesome. The sound of all the weapons he's using when he's like, screaming at whatever, he's like roaring. Oh man, it's great. The sound was awesome. I loved every part of that. Rusty, of course. Yeah, in Minecraft, you have to make it through hell and eventually reach the end to kill the dragon. Essentially, the point is to reach the end while creating your journey. Huh. Okay. That's not on my top 10 things that I thought Minecraft was about, but now I know. Because is there just one Minecraft? It's just the same game from, shoot, like, what? 10, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I know they have like a separate, it's like a dungeon crawler as well. I don't know. No. Am I just bugging all of you with my Minecraft knowledge? Okay, so big updates, yeah. What's another popular game that's been around? So Fortnite, Minecraft. I feel like those are the only two, but I could be wrong. Oh, speaking of Minecraft, you all know that they announced Minecraft 2, but now they have like a poster out for it you can check out. To make it play on servers on Minecraft. Okay. I don't know what system I played on. Does it run good on Nintendo systems, or is it more so like an afterthought on Nintendo systems? Because that's usually what I've seen with like the Switch. PS5. I remember when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, on the systems they were great. On the Switch, I heard it was like unplayable. It's crazy that they have to release it, but better on PC. Yeah, I feel like most things are. I'm not a PC gamer, but I respect it. I'm a PlayStation guy. World of Warcraft, I never played that. I'm like, yeah, growing up, what was I playing? As far as like social stuff, it was definitely Call of Duty. But mostly it was single player games. Lots of single player games. Consoles are the base game. PC can change a lot. That's where all the mods come from, right? That's where all of the crazy the Skyrim stuff. I remember I saw a bunch of stuff on Skyrim with like Thomas the Train coming through. I don't remember if it was like PewDiePie or if it was not, was it PewDiePie or was it Video Game Donkey? Maybe. Outside games like Tag Freeze, Tag Hooks, Good Ashes, etc. Okay. Nice. So, I'm trying to see if there's any other news here. As far as movies go, since I'm a movie-based channel. How's everyone's Halloween? It looks like there's a lot of new people on here, so how's everyone's Halloween? I recently showed my wife Train to Busan. Every Halloween I get to show her a new scary movie because she doesn't really care for horror. She liked it, and I got to see it again for the second time, and that movie is rough. Absolutely rough. Chihuahua, bye. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. So next week we got some. Is it 3 movies that I'm looking forward to? Yeah, so there's 3 movies coming out next week that I'm really looking forward to. So Keeper, which is the new Osgood Perkins movie, the guy that did Long Legs and The Monkey, and then The Running Man with Glenn Powell. It's a remake from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Um, Stephen King book. So I'm gonna go check those both. The goal is to check out both of them. I'm checking out Keeper on Thursday. That's the priority. That's the main priority is check out Keeper because horror is the best. And then Running Man, I'm gonna try to check out a day or two later. We'll see what happens. You know, life's busy. But on Prime, I believe next weekend is the new Alan Ritchson movie, which is Playdate, and I think that looks sick. I don't know if anyone watched Blue Mountain State when Alan Ritchson was like the funny linebacker, but it looks like it's going back to that. So he's great as Reacher. I love Reacher. I watch every season of Reacher. I did videos on Reacher on my channel. I love it. But I miss that. I miss that goofy Alan Ritchson. And it looks like we're going to get that back in Playdate. So that's coming out next week. Samantha, hello. Nice of you to join us. I think I could say that if anyone's going to check out Predator, I would bank on them enjoying it. Maybe not loving it like me, but you're not going to hate that movie. Like, there's just too much to like about it. Yeah, I wonder who's going to buy Warner Brothers. Like, so let's go back. Let's go back in the time frame. Let's talk about that real quick. The first one that came out that I saw was Paramount, and they got denied 3 times to buy Warner Brothers, which is crazy because I saw like the deal, which none of this is factual until, I mean, it might be factual, but we don't really know, right? So Paramount offered them like David Zaslav, who's the CEO of Warner Brothers, they offered him 50-50, like, you know, to run the studio essentially. And then they were going to keep on everyone else, so the DCU would be safe with James Gunn and all this other stuff. It sounded like a pretty good deal. I, for one, would absolutely hate, like Paramount would be the worst case scenario in my opinion, personally, because I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but when I load up the Paramount Plus app, I don't have it anymore, but I have the free trial, it would run awful on my TV, on multiple TVs actually. And it's an LG, so I don't know if it's like some issue with that. But I mean, if HBO Max moves to Paramount Plus, I'm gonna be grumpy. I'm gonna be a grumpy guy because I use HBO Max a lot, and I don't want to use Paramount Plus. But that's just it. What else is there? And then there was news of Netflix now kind of entered the chat, which would be bad as far as theatrical movies. And I don't know if that would shift everything that they kind of structured themselves are. Like Frankenstein, it was a limited release a week or two up until yesterday when they released on Netflix. I don't want a limited release because I couldn't go and watch Frankenstein at the theater. I wasn't playing anywhere near me. So that's a problem. So Netflix would be a bad situation, but it's going to be to streaming. And Netflix is pretty accessible to everybody. So that'd be pretty cool. Then I saw that earlier this week that Universal might be in the mix now. They asked to see all their financial stuff, so maybe Universal gets them, which in my opinion would be the absolute best scenario, and I would love that. For one, going to the streaming thing, love Peacock, love it. I think it's great. So HBO, those are the 2 that I use the most. So them together, good stuff. Plus, Universal has its own theme parks. Let's get some DC properties in there. Let's get all the other Warner Brothers, Beetlejuice. Like, I'm telling you, if anyone's gonna buy Warner Brothers, they're gonna sell it. Universal's the one. Universal is the one that's gonna make everybody else happy. Let's see. Samantha Doring, hello, how are you? Yeah, see, Universal. Jason, I don't want, Netflix is taking over, and that's the other thing of another reason why, if I had to pick one of these things to kind of more so become the next Disney or like the new monopoly of owning all this stuff, which, let me go back real quick. Any of these studios buying Warner Brothers is a bad thing, period, because they're going to own so much. And that's the issue that we have with Disney. So that's not really a good thing. But Universal would be my pick of who I'd want. You prefer DVDs than streaming? I did for the longest time. I have a massive, it's not a massive, it's pretty big. But I haven't bought movies in a very long time because of streaming. It's hard for me to, because I have it all, and I'd like to use that for like the channel and stuff and reviewing stuff. but it's hard to justify myself buying something when I know it's coming straight to whatever one that I have. So it's hard, but I get it. I get it. Nothing's better than like owning the actual thing, because whenever you buy it, and this actually, whenever I buy a movie, I usually buy stuff that's on a streaming service. Like if Paramount owns something, that's when I buy that movie. Or if Disney owns something, I don't have Disney Plus. That's when I'd buy it, right? Like we just bought this week Home Alone 1 and 2 leading up to the Christmas season. So we bought those, but we don't technically own them because it's not a hard copy. It's just a code. So Logan Paul versus Gervonta Davis would have been on Netflix. They're buying literally everything. Yeah, it's interesting because I think, was it last year or the year before, they had NFL games on there. And I think that's the same case here. I think it's on Christmas Day. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Yeah, they're just, but that's the other thing. Like, they own everything. So I traveled to, where was it? It was Belgium last year. And we were walking through and we saw a billboard. We saw a giant billboard for, uh, it was for Netflix. And then we logged into Netflix, into our account. And because we're out of the country, there was tons of stuff that you would find on HBO, on Peacock, on every other streaming service. So Netflix kind of runs the world in a sense. And then you go across seas and there's no HBO Max, there's no Peacock, it's not supported. But Netflix is supported pretty much everywhere I've ever been. Crazy. So let's see. They bought Happy Gilmore too. They swooped up not Arnold Schwarzenegger, I still have Predator on the mind. They swooped up Adam Sandler, and he's produced so many movies for them. It's crazy. Yeah, they bought K-pop Demon Hunters because I don't know the details of that, but Sony made it, right? And I'm assuming Netflix just bought it because Sony maybe didn't think it was going to be a big deal. That's a fumble. If that is the scenario, if that's the actual story behind it, that's a fumble. Massive fumble. NZ Boy 8, hello. Thank you for joining. Damn, fucked up buying everybody's rights to their movies. Yeah? Yeah, so Sony. Sony. Max is cool, hello. Ooh, New York? Nice. I've been in New York once. I need to go back though. It was after a trip going to Philadelphia to see the Eagles play, and I was so burnt out by that point, and the weather was bad. We were tired on that trip, so I want to go back and check out New York. So Samantha, I did see the new Stranger Things trailer, and I think it's going to be amazing. It looks incredible. Like, I know they just released, I think a day or two ago, the first 5 minutes of season 5. I'm not going to watch that. There's no point in me watching it. Like, I was hooked. If they never showed a trailer for season 5, I'm already there. And I think I speak for a lot of people that they would already be there. There's no need to release trailers for this. But I do say that that last trailer was amazing. It was great. It's gonna be so rough to watch that. No Spanish. No Spanish. I am Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. Jason, why did they ruin Stranger Things for you? They bought a movie called Our Planet. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Thank you. Kind of like on the upswing of working out again. So thank you. Is there anything wrong with being a Disney fan? No. It's hard. It's so hard because there are some people that just go crazy with the Disney stuff. And I think it's because Disney has always been geared towards kids and all that stuff. But if you look at it, and if you have one person over here who's a massive Disney fan, fingers are pointing at them. But if you have someone over here who's super into like comic book movies or something, there's no fingers pointing. It's such a weird, like duality thing. But I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. For myself, though, Disney has been losing me kind of year after year after year. It's funny if you think about it. Predator Badlands came out, and that's Fox, so that's Disney. Loved it, right? But that's Fox. We'll just say that's Fox. Romulus came out last year. That's Fox. I loved it. Avatar is coming out in a month or two. That's Fox. But I'm all about it. So it seems like the Fox properties that Disney owns, I'm more willing to go check out and like interest me a little bit more. Why did Millie Bobby Brown ruin it? Is it from her issue with I can't think of his name, but Hopper? Is it the issue that came out like this week? The dirtier the better. Rams are better than the Eagles. I don't know about all that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think we played the Rams this year. We played Packers on Monday, so y'all better watch that one. Let's see. I don't see it. Or did we already play you? I feel like we play the Rams very frequently. I know we played them in the playoffs last year, but I feel like we play the Rams every year. But either way. Millie Bobby Brown, like, it's interesting because I feel like she, other than, I can't think of his name now, Hopper. Other than him, I feel like she might have had the best career after Stranger Things. But majority of her projects after Stranger Things has been with Netflix. So I'm sure that like they kind of like throw her all these projects to do, and that's probably what's going on. But she hasn't really had that much success outside of Stranger Things. And I feel like that's a problem with kid actors and actresses going into such big projects. They didn't know it was going to turn into this, but that's all we see now. And I just think it's interesting. Her acting was the best when she didn't talk in the show, let's be honest. Oh my God. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's bad, but she doesn't have like, what should I say? She hasn't like blown me away with her acting yet. Maybe she does in season 5, but I feel like she was the main focal point of season 1. And then after that, because of the mystery behind her and like her sad story, and her story's sad throughout, but as the show goes on, you get to learn about all these other different characters and all these different kids. Well, just all the different characters, because it's not even the kids, it's all the adults and the teenagers that are growing. And you kind of learn to love them and maybe like, you know, vibe with their story more. So, I don't know. Yeah, don't listen to the haters. All right. Yeah, Vecna and Will. So the Duffer Brothers said that we're gonna get answers to why Will was drugged into the Upside Down in the first season. So the fact that him and Vecna are gonna be so like intertwined in this season like makes total sense. I wonder how. I wonder how. And that's the other thing. We all have to remember something. Who's gonna die, right? And that's always the thing with these movies and shows. Who's going to die? And one thing I learned from like Guardians of the Galaxy, like Volume 3 and like Avengers Endgame, they don't necessarily have to die to complete their story. But I feel like Stranger Things, it makes sense that someone would die, right? Like, I'm probably gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video about that. We'll do like maybe like a tier list. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys like those kind of videos, but I've never done one before where you do the screen mirror and you have the setup and you drag the pictures in there. Maybe I'll do something like that of who's the most likely to die in Stranger Things season 5. Yeah. Because the one that I don't want to die the most, or I think the two that would just destroy me, right, is Steve and Dustin. I saw a thing today, not today. I saw maybe it was on Threads or somewhere on the internet, and so someone like was theorizing Steve's last words to Dustin, like he sacrifices himself or whatever. It's like, and he says, "You don't need a babysitter anymore." And like, imagine that. Imagine that is his last words. That'd be crazy. Dustin's the man. I remember I always think of the first season. It was like the second to last episode, maybe give or take. When they're in the school and he's like going to find the pudding, and just what he's talking about. That he's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, I want to find pudding. Lunch lady hoards that shit." He's awesome. He really is. Steve really is. Steve is, yeah. Like I said, Steve is. I don't know who my favorite character is. these are things, and I don't really cover Stranger Things on the channel, because I started the channel in between season 4 and now season 5. It's been that long. At least I think I did. It was 2023 when I started this, but I'm gonna try to go a little bit harder on season 5. But I don't even know who my favorite character is. Like Hopper's great, Steve's great, um, Dustin, like we talked about. I don't know. These are things I need to think about because it's gonna be here before we know it. Like it really is. 11, like I said before, I think 11. Well, 11. The most likely character to die is 11. But that seems like a really cruel end considering the life that she had. So we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, I'd be sad. That'd be really sad. Oh, the other thing I want to talk to you all about is the last piece of news was like the DCU. We have Alan Ritchson becoming, he's like a fan favorite to play Batman. I actually have a video on the channel talking about 5 reasons why he would make a great Batman. He was in an interview with Screen Rant recently, and he was saying how he wanted to. He's already talked to James Gunn. He says he doesn't think Batman is in his future. And I'm like, that's fair. He's getting a little bit older for what they probably want to do with the character. But he says that he has been in talks with them and said exactly what he wants to play. He wants to play like a grittier, like not so black and white of like a hero. So I don't know who that is, and I'm thinking about making a video about that of different characters he could be end up playing. I don't have great, massive knowledge of the DC, library of characters, but I think it'd be fun for myself, and I think it might be fun for you all. So we'll check it out. 11 almost died. I feel like 11 almost dies in every season. I really do. Like, but she's the one. She's like the most powerful one. She's the only one that can like hold her own against anything that the Upside Down sends. So that's probably why. Season 3 in the mall. I just felt like even though she like lost her powers, I just felt like all the people were behind her because what are they gonna do against the Mind Flayer? So. I have not seen Alien Earth. I don't have. Well, I do have Hulu, but then it logged me out, and I don't know how to get back in. And I have it like in like a backwards way through another subscription, so I don't even know. I've tried to log back in, but I haven't been able to. Is Alien Earth good? I've heard good things. So, and if it's good, I mean, Alien and Predator. Come on now. It's just a matter of time. I cannot wait because they are building both franchises up with just quality over the past like few years. It's been great. She killed a dime Gordon. She killed a dime Gordon. I wonder if. Nah, I'll wait for that. I was going to put a poll out in the chat, but we don't really have that many people on here of who's going to die in Stranger Things. So maybe I'll do that later, like on the actual page. And if you don't know, I do a lot of polls on the channel. Just go to the community post and there's tons of them there. Who's Dime Gordon? I'm just not remembering this. Oh, we're talking about the Demogorgon. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. So I just said about 11's sad story. Like, she's the one that's getting the bad end of everything. You're right. Will is actually, like, right up there with her, right? Kidnapped as a kid, forced to see all that stuff. And then he comes back from there, and he's still dealing with all that crap. And now, like in every season, he's like getting closer and closer back to the Upside Down, and now Vecna's looks like he's gonna be using him in the new season. It's crazy. Yeah, Will's definitely he's in trouble. That poor guy. That poor guy. But they all can't have I can't talk right now. They all can't have happy endings, unfortunately. Mike does like 11. Do you think they're gonna end up together? These are all questions that I hope we get answered. So that's the other thing. This show has been, and that's the biggest critique of the show, is that how long it takes for these seasons to come out. So in my head, I'm like, take as long as you need. I'm all about taking as long as you need for a show to come out, as long as the show itself, the season, whatever it is like meets our standards of quality. Like that's all that matters. If we waited this long and it has a terrible ending, or the episodes drag, or like a character acts like they shouldn't, kind of like in Game of Thrones, that's gonna be very disappointing. So no, he didn't, and yeah, I don't know if I remember correctly. It's season 4, or was it 3 that he was treating her bad? I don't remember. Mike will probably live, right? Mike has turned into like he's Mike. I think is one of the lesser interesting characters of Stranger Things. That's what I would say. Season 2 right now. God, if I could go back and rewatch these seasons for the first time, man, how cool would that be? That'd be crazy. So we have been talking about Predator, DCU, the new Mummy, Stranger Things. We're talking about Stranger Things right now. So, um, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a few videos about Stranger Things. So we'll see what I come up with. But I think I do like that idea of, who's gonna live, who's gonna die. It's just that thing of filming the video and getting it out in time because the season will be here soon. And I bet you. Okay, so what do we got? We got the first 3 episodes, right? Yeah, 3. I don't remember. We're getting a jumble of episodes on Thanksgiving. Guaranteed in that first set of episodes, maybe even the first episode, I could see someone dying. Just really just setting the ground of what's going on, what's what they're up against. So it's gonna start off with a bang for sure. Yeah, Predator Killer of Killers was great. Anzi Boy, thank you for subbing. Thank you. You're awesome. Killer of Killers, I thought was great, right? And that's the other thing. Like going into Killer of Killers, my concern was because it's animated, it won't be gory or show what I want from a Predator movie. No, it's up there. It's my top. It's in my top 4 Predator movies of but like the top 4 are like solid. Like the gaps between the top 4 of my Predator movies are very small, very very small. I saw an interview. So I saw an interview with the director Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey, Killer of Killers, and now Badlands. He said, because it was asked in an interview that like what's the next step, right? So he said that they had these ideas for Prey, Killer of Killers, and Badlands, or sorry, Killer of Killers and Badlands came after Prey, but there was a third project that he and a bunch of other people are very excited to do. So, but they just haven't gotten the green light yet. And since this one debuted really, really well, and as long as it makes some money, like we're getting another one. It'd be crazy if we didn't get another one. Just because of how good and how if you go and look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, which Rotten Tomatoes is never like a metric that you should live and die by. But if you look at the 3 movies that he's done now, they are all like the top rated Predator movies ever. So dude knows what he's doing. And yeah, I know what you're talking about the ending of Killer of Killers. The promise of that ending, I feel like is gonna be very difficult to actually make. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's still alive, so they could bring certain people back into the franchise, but where does that actually make sense? You know what I mean? Would I like to see these characters back? Of course I would. Of course, that'd be really cool. But we'll check it out. Called 11 Russian. I know they called Hopper Russian, or no, they called him the American. I don't know. But I guess we'll see with the Predator franchise. Really, the next thing up, as far as that whole, I look at Alien and Predator pretty close together. So the next one is the Romulus sequel, or whatever it ends up actually being. I know that they're working on that right now, not filming, but they're like in pre-production, I believe. So that'll be the next big thing, unless there's some secret project they have going on. That's how Killer of Killers came to be. We knew about Badlands for the longest time, and then out of nowhere they're like, oh yeah, there's rumors of a secret Predator movie coming to Hulu. And everyone's like, what the hell is that about? And then they showed the trailer and we're like, oh, that's what they were working on, which is crazy. I don't know if anything is actually like announced for that yet, but they are 100% slowly building these worlds together. And it's massive, like in your face. Not, yeah, it's like massively in your face in Badlands. So without it just being an actual xenomorph on screen, which I really like. Take your time. Take your time. Take 3 or 4 more movies and shows or whatever to really build this world out, and then give us a cool scenario where they would cross over. That'd be cool. Honestly, Badlands could have turned into an AVP movie. If you've seen the movie or you know what it's about, well, it's not a spoiler. It's just that the main character, Deck, the Predator, um, has to go, or he wants to go and kill this unkillable beast, you know, because they're hunters. So there's more to it than that. But like that could be geared towards like an actual xenomorph. But I like what they did here. Yeah, that's another cool thing about the about Badlands is you get all these different alien creatures in there. Really dope. Um, Favorite dog breed? I don't know. I guess I would go with, I don't know, like I've had a lot of, I guess pit bulls, only because I had like a mix, and he was the sweetest dog ever. He passed away. We had to put him down. But they are just the sweetest dogs. Now they can be mean. I understand that, but I just feel like there's this bad stigma with them, and now that I like had like a mix, and he was great. Um Golden retrievers are great. Cocker spaniels. I don't really have a dog breed that I genuinely dislike. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Yeah. Um, yeah. But right now we don't have any pets. We're probably gonna keep it that way for a while. We're considering, I don't know, there's a lot of moving parts that might be happening soon. So, and we travel a lot too. So it kind of wouldn't really make sense to have a pet. And it was our family dog, so it was back at my parents' house. Yeah, I really hope you get to go see it because, like, I think you were on here when I said go see it in the theater because of the sound. The sound just really adds so much to it. So I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you get to go see it, and I really hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So whenever I go to the movies, whenever I do reviews on these new released movies, I usually go on Thursday nights, like the premiere nights, and usually the theaters aren't that busy. Now, when I went to go see Badlands, there was like a couple in the row behind me and like off to the side, and they were like giggling and like talking the entire movie. It was ridiculous. And usually I have really good theater experiences, but good lord, like there's no theater etiquette sometimes. Most of the time it's great, but sometimes it is just the worst. Uh King of Risbro, hello, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Just talking about Predator, Stranger Things, a bunch of stuff. It's so obnoxious. Like they just think they're the only people in the world. And my whole thing was, now I don't know their situation, right? But I have like the Regal Pass, so you pay 25 a month and you get unlimited movies, right? So if they don't have that and they come to this movie and it's like $20 to $30 or whatever it is, you came to a movie theater and you're talking the whole time. That just it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. R Bart 91, go Bills. I agree with that. I do like the Bills. I do like the Bills. Josh Allen's the man. Uh, they've been struggling lately, right? And when I say struggling, you know what I'm talking about. It's not like they're hurting, but I mean, like, I really have them going to the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. And how's their record? 6-2. So they're not struggling. Of course, they're not struggling, but I think they were. I don't know, dude. I don't know. The majority of it that I see is when I play fantasy football and I look and see what they're doing. But what I think is crazy, real quick, now that we're on football real fast, is when I'm looking at the AFC East and how are the Patriots 7-2? How are they giving the Bills a run for their money? That's just mind-boggling. Because you look on paper and you look at the players they have, Bills are better. Bills are hands down better. Dolphins, y'all, if you have any Dolphins fans or Jets fans, like friends that are fans, go check on them. Make sure they're okay. Someone threw popcorn at you? Yikes. Someone threw popcorn at you at the movies? Like deliberately, or were they just being obnoxious and just like throwing it everywhere? That's crazy. No wide receiver number one. Do you miss Stephon Diggs? Or did you think you got rid of him at like a good time where you got the best you could out of him? What's up, Mr. Chaos Goat? That's a cool name. I like that name. It's actually funny. Huge Eagles fan, but I'm drinking out of the Seahawks cup. That's my wife's. Oh, Mac Hollins. He used to be an Eagle. I think we drafted him. He was good. He was good. Hope he's doing good for you all, but I don't know if he's a wide receiver number one. Yeah. But it's hard because the Bills are like right there, right? Like they literally, they're like my pick for the AFC to go to the Super Bowl pretty much every year. So it's not like they have talent. I don't know. It's crazy. Football's crazy. Absolutely crazy. At first, I thought the Predator was a female. I can see that. I mean, you don't really know like what this alien is with the armor and like I don't know. But I don't want to say anything. Samantha, I'm not going to say anything, but I think you're going to really enjoy Badlands. There is a mid-credit scene that happens really fast after the movie ends, so you won't miss it, but I think you'll enjoy that part. What up, Felicia? Arbart, you have a good day too. Thank you for stopping by. I had Samantha, I don't know if you got to see my ranking of the Predator movies. Like I said, I just dropped it a couple minutes before the live stream, but I had AVP up there, like decently high, like middle tier. And when I was making my list, I was sitting there, I was like, that's what I grew up with. That was, I think, yeah, that was my first Predator movie in theaters. It came out when I was a teenager and I just went to go see it. So I had like nostalgia for it. Now I understand it's not a great movie, but AVP was cool. The sequel, not so much, but I like the first one, for sure. I feel like that movie gets a lot of hate, but I think they did a good job. Now, what that movie could be is what I think we'll end up getting with whenever they come back and do another one. Or this is the issue. This is what I talk about on this channel. Is there's a problem where you go support a movie, right? But you support it too much, so it makes so much money, and now the studio needs a sequel. Okay. In this scenario, if Badlands does fantastic, which I really, at the end of the day, wanted to, Disney might look at that and say, hey, this thing made X amount of money and it was PG-13. Let's do the same type of setup, very minimal humans, if any, and just have the alien and Predator go at it, and it could be PG-13. And that might be what we get again. But having said that, Badlands gives us great action, great gore, all the stuff you'd want. So it can be done. So I kind of came full circle on my point. PG-13 would be fine. Yeah, the Queen Alien was cool. They need to bring back the Alien Queen. So when was the last Alien Queen? It was only in Aliens and then AVP, right? I know, because the second Alien versus Predator was like the hybrid thing. Alien Resurrection was the like baby thing. Yeah, was it Aliens and then AVP? Yeah, so it's been a while. So it's okay. So it's been a while. So yeah, bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back, and then also maybe do what Predator is doing and kind of expand a little bit. And I don't know how they do that, but maybe change it to where I don't know, just like a different species of the alien. Because the xenomorph is cool, but I feel like there's a lot of like room for creativity that they can do and give us some really cool iconic stuff in the next one too. Because Romulus, they really went in on the face huggers, which I think was the right move, and then the xenomorph, and then the thing at the end. Yeah, so give us maybe the Queen Alien, but maybe branch off from there too. I don't know. I'm not a massive Alien or massive like Predator fan. Like I couldn't tell you the crazy intricate details, but I am a casual fan. I've seen them all, and I really do enjoy them. And this is probably the best time to be a fan. So okay, so Alien Earth was the one. Okay, so Alien Earth is doing exactly what I talked to you. If I saw it, I'd be able to, talk about that. Bill, what's going on? KB Burrell, you is my boyfriend? Okay. I don't think my wife's gonna be happy about that though. You may have to take that up with her. So everyone that's joining, we're just talking about Alien, Predator, the franchise, what's up, what's down. Let's see. Oh, so I'm seeing a thing here. If Netflix, we're just jumping ship real fast. Do you think that if Netflix buys, and I don't think this is the case, but if Netflix buys Warner Brothers, do you think that we get the Snyderverse back or anything like that? I don't see that happening. I don't see like the actors that would be needed to come back and do that. If they did that, they probably recast it. There's not even a chance. So, what? You're gay? I don't think so. No. First comment in. Love it. Yeah. My favorite movie is Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. That's my favorite movie of all time. I say this whenever this gets brought up. I'm like, I need to make a list. I really do need to make a list of of just straight up my favorite movies because there's so many that I just love, and then also like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so like as an example, like Django Unchained is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Thing, the 1982 one. What else? Now I'm drawing a blank. Like Back to the Future is another one that I love. There's a bunch, but I think if I had to like, my hard answer is The Return of the King for sure. Stop being gay. I'm trying, Turtle Bills. Yeah, they replaced The Witcher. Have you all watched that yet? Season 2, season 4? I played Witcher 3, that's how I got into the series. Then the show came out, I watched 1 and 2. And then when they announced that season 3 was going to be Henry Cavill's last season, I didn't even watch season 3. Like that's how much I liked him as the character. So no shade at Hemsworth for taking up the role, but I just lost interest. And I don't think I have any reason to watch it, unfortunately. I have a crush on a girl at my school. What should I do? Tell her. Well, talk to her. First of all, talk to her, and then just make a move. Like whatever. Like, don't be weird about it, but just make a move. Like, the worst she's gonna say is no. Best case scenario, you go out with her. But that you have to kind of stop caring about it. You just gotta go for it. My favorite animal is probably like a grizzly bear. Yeah. Growing up, I really loved tigers, and I still do. Like white tigers, so cool. But lately, in the past like 10 years-ish, I've really liked grizzly bears. They're just cool. They're just so cool. Have you seen a grizzly bear with no hair? If you haven't, look it up. It's gnarly. Yeah, Bill, help him out. Have you seen the new Percy Jackson series? No, I've never been into it. I never read the books. I never. The only thing I saw with Percy Jackson was the first movie. Uma Thurman was Medusa, I think. I think. And Alexandra Daddario was in it. As you can tell, I can't remember that well. But that's the only thing I have of Percy Jackson. Grizzlies. She's okay, everybody. She's mean to every other boy in my class besides me, and she knows I like her, and she's still nice. Well, that sounds like a good situation there, buddy. That sounds like you're already halfway there, honestly, if not more. The Percy Jackson books were amazing. I do wish they aged up the series, though. So, yeah, that's another thing, Charlie, is those are kids' books, right? And I wonder how that would, if you read it, how you would actually enjoy it nowadays. Yeah, love the. Oh yeah, thank you. This is my wife's idea. She saw it somewhere in, or maybe she came up with the idea. I don't remember exactly, but I have the oh. Let me do this. There we go. Now we got them all. I love having old consoles. The oldest one I have, I think, is my GameCube. Yeah, I think I have a GameCube, and I think it's the oldest one I have. I love all that stuff. I love all that old game system stuff. When did you find out you were gay? I guess right now. Everyone's saying it, so I guess now. That movie was terrible. The Percy Jackson one? Okay, so I was right. Okay, so it was that one. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember it. I think I liked it when I watched it because there were like, like the gods and stuff like that, and like all the mythical creatures. I thought that was cool. But once again, I could not tell you anything about it. Oh, what about the Maze Runner movie series? I like the Maze Runner. I like the first one a lot. As they went on, I kind of started to lose interest, but the first one I really, really liked. Really dug it. No, I recently watched the 1967 movie named Death Rides a Horse. I'll recommend it. I'm not a huge fan of Westerns, but I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, Django Unchained is one of my favorites, and I think that's a Western. There's actually a pretty good amount of Westerns I've seen. Okay, so I pulled it up. I might check it out. We'll check it out. We've had eye contact like 5 times after she found out that I liked her. Like that second. I'm trying to remember back in school, right? You make eye contact and you keep looking and it's all weird, but at the same time it's great. Is that the situation we're dealing with right now? Gooning to that PlayStation wall. Spyro the Dragon, yes, absolutely. Did you get do you have the remastered one? It's dirt cheap all the time. Like it's on sale on the PlayStation Store. I've been considering getting it again, but I don't really play games as much anymore. But that is one that I want to get. I want to replay that one because I think I only played the first one on the PlayStation 1. I think there's 3 total. 3, not 4. 3. Macho, you're good. You're good. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, happily married. Bro, just speak to the girl. I think there is a girl that might like me, but I can't prove it yet. Samantha, the lives always get weird. We always go off topic, and I always wait. We start off with the movies, and it eventually gears off, and I love it. Love it. Let's see. Yeah, as far as the Dylan, as far as the situation, literally, like I don't know if anyone else can chime in here, but you just gotta go for it. You just gotta go for it, and if you're friends with her, you do run that risk of making it weird. You know what I mean? And like maybe not becoming as good friends afterwards. Like I don't know if she doesn't feel the same way, but that's a risk that you got to take. Like if you really genuinely like this girl and you think that she likes you and signs are pointing that she does, yeah, I say you just go for it. Now, if it backfires, I never gave you any advice ever. Okay, so keep that in mind. But that's what I would personally do. Lawrence of Arabia, the classic. No, I have not seen that. Unfortunately, Spyro Dawn of the Dragon was the best one. It's the one that spun off Spyro into the Skylander franchise. Dawn of the Dragon. Are Skylanders still a thing? My nephew really dug that for the longest time. But then I don't know what happened to it. Okay, yeah, so I never played any of this. I don't even think I've ever seen this. Yeah, I think my experience with Spyro was strictly the PS1. Ooh, Assassin's Creed Origins is awesome. I got really burnt out on Assassin's Creed. I played 1, 2, 3, and then like the what was it called? Brotherhood. I want to say Revelations is what it was called. I played all of those, and then I stopped. And then I jumped back in for Origins because it looks like they changed so many different things. Origins was awesome. What's my favorite game? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yikes. I had an answer for the longest time. Okay, so I guess nostalgia-wise, I'm gonna have to go. Ooh, God. Okay. I guess I don't have an answer, but I'm gonna give you a few. Okay, Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong Country, Resident Evil Remake. Ah, damn. Those are three. Those are three that I have right now on the spot. Like I said, I haven't played games in a while. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the three though that like really I dug then. I replayed them recently, and they're still great. Evan, what's going on? Samantha, was it like the top down video game where you got to like move the guys and all that stuff? I've seen that. I haven't played it though. Yes. Okay, so Skylander turned okay. I wonder why they changed the name. You're so alpha twin. What? I don't know what that means. All right. If you ever want to get back into Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon took so many hours of my life. Cinder and Spyro's story was amazing. Okay. What the hell is going on? Okay, so how many Spyro games are there? Honestly, PS1 had a lot of bangers. Like a lot of very good. So it was Spyro, it was Crash Bandicoot. I mean, different, but Ape Escape, remember Ape Escape? Metal Gear, Resident Evil, shoot, Final Fantasy. Like there was so many different things on PS1. Like they really launched so many different things. How do I be cool and special like you? I don't know. I don't know what you do. You live stream and you wait for the comments. Is Spyro that strong? Good lord. I don't even think I beat the first game, but I just remember running around. There was the big dragons all around you, and you were like the little like runt of the litter. That's crazy. Spider-Man. I remember that. I remember that. And then I remember when the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie came out, they had the game for that, and I played that. And I always wondered, what the hell is he attaching to when he's swinging through the city? Because it's not to a building; it's just straight up in the sky. I thought it was hilarious. Let's see, Samatha, I want to slime Joe Biden out with me. Sonic back in the day. I wasn't a Sonic guy. I wasn't a Sega kid, but I respected Sonic. Sonic was hard. Sonic got a little difficult. Your live streams are so aura. Oh, thank you. Let's slime Joe Biden with Charlie Kirk's. Oh. Oh my. What the hell? It was amazing. They could turn that into a movie franchise and I would legit bag them. That'd be sick. That's interesting. Did you know? So did you ever see the Ratchet and Clank? Ratchet and Clank's another one, but that was PS2. Did you ever see that movie? It was okay. But yeah, like if you want to like gear this stuff towards kids and like make and adults, of course, because we grew up with it, but like go that way, go that route. I don't know why there's not a Crash Bandicoot movie. That'd be cool. And then with streaming nowadays, like come on, come on, just give it to Netflix to make. At the very least, we can get a show of Spyro, right? Samantha, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. I'm glad you were able to make it this time, and I'll be back next week. So hope to see you there too. Even if you just watch the cutscenes, okay. So they were making a Sly Cooper. They're making a Sly Cooper movie. They had a teaser trailer for it and everything, and then it got scrapped. And that's a franchise I loved. Sly Cooper I love that one. Yeah, Sonic proved there's money to be made. Yeah, a live action Zelda movie, right? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Oh, they already cast Link and Zelda, huh? Y'all, I don't think that Zelda movie's gonna be good. I hope it's good. I like Zelda. I like those games. My favorite's the Wind Waker. That's my favorite one. And Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Those are all my favorites. But I just don't see that translating well. Now, having said that, there's been plenty of fantasy movies that work really well in live action, like Lord of the Rings. We see the elves in there, so it'll probably be fine. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be. We'll see. I want to see a Metroid movie. I think a Metroid like animated movie would be awesome. That would be fantastic. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, so you're worried too. Sebastian, you are wild in here. You are wild. Is his name Charlie too, or are y'all talking to me? I'm confused. I think he's talking to you. I don't know what this dude's talking about though. Germany, very cool. Very cool. I was in Germany about 2 years ago, and it was pretty cool. So thanks for joining by. We're just talking movies. We're talking about we're talking about video games at this point, but the channel is a movie channel, so we can talk about whatever though. As you can, if you go up the chat, there's a lot of stuff we're talking about and engaging in. So there's two different things there. Let's see. Video game movies, yeah. Are you looking for? I'm looking forward to what is it? Street Fighter. I want to see Street Fighter. I'm a big Street Fighter guy, and now we're getting Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and there was another video game movie coming out next year. I'm gonna kick myself for not remembering this though. What is it? The hell is it? I don't know. But Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Ooh, Twisted Metal was sick. Yeah. Yeah, Twisted Metal. I never watched season 2. I need to check out season 2, but I love season 1. That was a sick movie, or show, I should say. Bajrang Dal, hello. Yeah, we talked about Stranger Things a little bit earlier on the live stream. You looking forward to it? Season 5? I have not seen Begonia yet. I've been kind of like So I try to see a movie like once a week, roughly, like the new releases and stuff. I didn't go that week to see that because the person I typically go with wasn't really feeling it. I was kind of on the fence about it as well. It wasn't like a big name thing. Having said that, though, I've heard great things, so I do want to go check it out eventually. Um, yeah, but I hear it's good. I hear that the ending is a little bit weird. You don't have to tell me the ending, obviously, but like I hear it's great. So I feel like I'm missing out. Charlie, do you think that we're gonna get a season 2 or a season 3? I hope we do. $18.99. What's that? Netflix, $18.99. I think I've seen this cover before. Oh, was it canceled? Not that it. Oh, so it's only one season. Okay. What was I gonna say? I don't know much about Twisted Metal, but like I said, I did like the show. I think I played the game when I was younger, like Twisted Metal Black or whatever it was on PS2. But the show was really good. I liked it. I liked the characters. Like the world was really cool. I liked the humor. And I didn't think it was gonna be that funny. It ended up being really funny. Yeah, so Begonia, I gotta go check it out. I really do feel like I'm missing out on that. And now we have another suggestion here for Begonia. So, Luke, I'll have to check it out. Maybe I can check it out this week. I was considering going to checking out Predator Badlands yet again next week, but we'll see how that goes. Well, you know how life goes. Midnight Mass is probably, I want to say that Midnight Mass is a top 5 show of all time for me. As far as a one season show, it's probably my favorite, hands down. I think it's great. I am from the United States. Let's see. An empty Netflix and chills, so started working out, and I'm not trying to get my Dorito shaped body. Working out's awesome. I didn't do it today. I did a lot of chores today before the live stream, but typically I like to do that too. Luke, Badlands is amazing. Badlands is incredible. I have a review on the channel if you want to check it out. But I will say, if you're ever worried that it wasn't going to be good or anything, it's great. I can see that being a lot of people's favorite of the franchise. There's really not too much to not enjoy about it or not to like about it. So definitely check it out. Luke, with Midnight Mass, I wasn't the first time I watched it, I didn't give it the proper setting, right? I was on vacation, we went on a cruise that year, and I had it downloaded to my phone. So I watched it, periodically and stuff. So it's I didn't give it the time of day it needed. I rewatched it with my wife I think it was like a year or two ago, and damn, that's when it became like the best. And I love Mike Flanagan. He's probably one of my favorite directors working today. And not Midnight Mass. Haunting of Hill House was my favorite show from him from the Netflix thing, like of course. But after the second rewatch of Midnight Mass is his best movie or show for sure. Also, have you seen Doctor Sleep from him? Doctor Sleep's good. So is Oculus. Yeah, dude's fantastic. Millie Bobby Brown. Okay. What's your take on her? Like other stuff other than Stranger Things. Oh, okay. Interview with a Vampire. You said it's better than the movie, so I haven't seen the movie. That's another movie. You'll be surprised at like some of the classics that I haven't seen. Even though the channel is about movies, I have not seen that. I know it's a banger. The movie was, and if you're saying the show is better, I'll have to check out the show. What's it on? What are you watching Interview with the Vampire on? Because I thought it was AMC Plus, but I don't have that. I know I have. I think I saw it on Netflix, so maybe I'll have to check it out there. Yeah, Luke, I hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy Badlands. I feel confident in telling people if you like Predator movies, you're gonna enjoy it. Um, it's very different, extremely different. But if you really like take a look at the franchise and then you look at what this is trying to do, I appreciated the change up. I really did because, like, other than the first movie with Arnold, so iconic, right? These movies are pretty hollow. The stories are pretty bare bones. It's just about people trying to survive the alien, right? The predator trying to kill him. This one changes things. I thought it was great, and it's nonstop action. Like I kid you not, there was. I'd love to see the timestamps of like action to no action, and I'm sure it's heavily on the action side. So it's gonna be cool. I really hope you enjoy it. India. I've never been to India. That's one place I have not been. But thank you for stopping by. Let's see. Please leave an interview with the vampire a try, please. The twist in season 2 reframe the season 1. Oh, in The Last of Us. See, okay. Damn, you got me, Charlie. You got me with that one. Because once again, I don't think season 2 of The Last of Us was like fantastic, but I played the game, and the game just takes it just the perfect, it comes full circle. So, all right, I'm gonna talk to her about that. Right now we're watching Welcome to Derry. So maybe after Welcome to Derry, we'll try that out. We'll try that. It's on Netflix. Okay, I got you, man. I got you. I'll give it a shot. So I'm just bookmarking it so I can go back to it. Oh, you just finished Breaking Bad today? What a banger. What a banger. That's a great show. That's a fantastic show. It's one of my favorites. That's a good example of when a show knows when to stop. And I feel like he had a good idea from the start of where it was gonna end. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that was just a perfect story from start to finish and just didn't overstay its welcome. Predator is up for a complete lore-infused reboot. Yeah. You get more of that in Badlands for sure. But if you watch my review, I say it gives you more information on what these creatures are, these aliens are, and all that stuff, but it still leaves open like infinite amount of mystery still. So they can still keep going. And that's another thing about the Predator movies is every single one is its own deal. It's its own thing. It's its own story. So they could make the next movie a huge lore movie and just go really into what they are. So just kind of going off with that. If you're looking for a good story, Interview with the Vampire, does The Last of Us perspective change that reframes everything? Yeah. To me, it does. Like, to me, the first Last of Us was a great story. It's fantastic. When I played through the second game, because season 2 is only half of the game, technically, it's like 40% of the game. So when you see it all play through, if they ever finish it, you'll understand what I'm saying. And it's just such a good story to kind of sit back and just digest and like really put yourself in their shoes and really put your mind into everybody's situation and see things from every single angle. I thought it was perfect. So hopefully the show actually does it justice. Yeah, you're not sold on Welcome to Derry. Okay, so Charlie, I'm with you. I think the remake, the reboots, the 1 and 2 are great. I think they're fantastic. I love Welcome to Derry because the first episode by itself, in my opinion, really sets the bar of like, you think you're getting this, and we're framing it as this, and this is what you know. And then by the end of the first episode, nope, that's not what you're getting. This is what you're getting in the episode 2. So we'll see how it works. I get that people, and I've seen that from a few people that aren't quite there yet with the show, I'm digging it, but I hope it turns into something that you'll really enjoy. And I hope it sticks to the landing for sure. Hot take, enjoy Better Call Saul more than Breaking Bad upon rewatch. So I've never seen Better Call Saul. There's something about Saul Goodman that I never really clicked with. I liked his use in Breaking Bad because it was so minimal. Having said that, I have also seen that same exact take you just gave me of that Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad. So once again, that's something else I think I might be missing out on. But with shows that have multiple seasons like that, they're just so daunting. You know what I mean? Like there's so much time that I feel like has to go into those, which keeps me from watching them. Just being real, for sure. Give me Liberty, what is up, man? Thank you for that. Dude, you're awesome. You're a real one. Every time I post a video, you're there commenting, liking, so and then you give me this donation. Thank you so much, man. You're great. Let's see. I tried to watch the OG Predator and found myself doom scrolling. Oh no! Okay, so Charlie, okay, so I posted my ranking of all of the Predator movies on, well, TikTok first, and then I just dropped it on my on YouTube. And I'm getting so much hate, more so on TikTok, of what's it called? Of where I put the first movie. And everyone's like, oh, how is that not number one? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I love the first Predator movie. I think it's probably the best, like, it's fantastic. It's damn near a perfect movie. But it doesn't mean that just because it's the first one that things can't improve and be better down the road. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Bro, oh, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Bro, you know about Lost series? I think it's a masterpiece. Lost, like the one where they're on the island. If it's that one, I actually never got through it. Yeah. We tried, me and my wife tried to get through it or watch it. And once again, it's that show, it's that situation for me personally where a show has so many seasons that I cannot get through it. Or like it just feels too daunting and I'm like, I could be doing something else. So that's my issue with it. I hear it's great. I hear the ending is a little bit controversial, but I know it's a good one. I just haven't seen it. Another hot take, AVP1, sorry, had a sick ancient alien story. Really dug it. I agree. I think the logic that they gave the Predator and the aliens, and you know how the Predators are essentially. Oh, I haven't seen that in a while. So Predators, they made the pyramids, right? Like they came and kind of like formed the society of like humans and stuff. I think that's sick. I also like in Prometheus how like they like made us. I think that's like such cool like it adds a little bit of layers to like these action horror movies. So I think that's pretty cool. So one of the things I loved about the Game of Thrones and the different perspectives, and everyone thinks they're doing the right thing, but it's just causing chaos for everybody else. Yeah, absolutely. I'm reading right now. So yeah, Game of Thrones is fantastic. Are you looking forward to? There's that show coming out in January. It's Night of the Round. Son of a bitch. So there's a Game of Thrones show coming out in January, and it looks great. Then we have House of the Dragon season 3 next summer. What I was gonna say is I'm reading Dune, Children of Dune right now. I'm getting ready for like the movies and stuff. Same scenario there, as far as the different perspectives and everyone's kind of doing stuff, and it's just you can kind of feel like something's gonna boil over, and it's really cool. I do agree with you on that. Prime, what take was that? Which was the garbage take? David, I would take $100 gift, of course. Honestly, you could just like the stream, and that would be enough, to be honest with you. I appreciate you all being here. Can't watch Breaking Bad. I don't know how my drugs got here. I just want to know here in their cheap. You want to see the before and all the damage caused by it, right? Send pumpkin on head for 400 joules. What does that mean? God damn. Hold on 1 second. Thank you for the jewels, David. That's the first time I ever got that, and I'm new to the streaming thing, so I'm still trying to figure out what that is. Yeah, what's a pumpkin? I'm so sorry. I once again, this is all new to me. But thank you. Better Call Saul season 1 is slow. See that I stopped after season 2. There was an issue with like where we were watching it. I think it was at my parents' house. They had Dish, and then we didn't have Dish anymore, and so like the stuff got wiped, and then we had to wait for so long for it to come to Netflix. And at that point, we were done with that. I didn't really want to restart it, but it's been a few years, so maybe I'll have to give Better Call Saul a try. I might have to. I'm looking forward to getting the new Game of Thrones spin-off, but I'm waiting for House of the Dragon. Season 3 better have more dragon fights. So we waited. We watched the first season, loved it, and then we missed the second season. I think we were on vacation, like right in the middle, so we didn't want to like start it and then stop, and then so we're just gonna wait until probably like April-ish, roughly around there this year or this coming year, and then that way we're going right into season 3. So the wait will be worth it. But yeah, hopefully season 3 is even better. Why not improve? David, the synthetic from Prometheus is, oh yeah. David, yeah, is in my top 10 of the most fascinating characters ever. Oh, thank you for the like and sub, Luke. You're awesome. That's another thing I talk about in my review of Badlands, y'all, is that the synthetics. Like there is a synthetic in there. It's in the trailer. You don't miss it. And I just think that these movies, if you really look back on like Romulus and then Prometheus, as far as David goes, they're like the best parts about it, right? They are just the best parts about those movies. There are other great parts about it, but those are some of the best parts about it, is the synthetics. And I think that there is so much room to really explore that. And honestly, if we had one in every type of these movies, I'd be okay with it. Luke, you're awesome. Once again, thank you for the feedback and thank you for the support. I always wonder that too. I always wonder that, like just being real with you all, like when I make videos or if I'm doing this, the live stream, I'm like, how am I coming off to people? And it is that thing of like, it's hard doing this stuff because like not every comment is like a nice one, or like all the feedback isn't always like good. Like there's tons of stuff. So words go a long way. So thank you all for all the support. Let's see. House of the Dragon season 2 was good, but it was basically the plan. Oh, I think I heard about that. Planning of war rather than the actual war we were promised at the end of season 1. So it's kind of like a filler. It's kind of like a setup. So maybe it was a good situation that we ended up having to wait for that. Better Call Saul is not Breaking Bad. It's more focused. Okay. It gets a great Breaking Bad-esque villain in the end. Okay. So I have Interview with a Vampire, and I have Better Call Saul. I got homework. I always get homework from y'all, and I do love it. I try my best to check them all out. Even like movies. I watched that was suggested to me. It was Event Horizon. Have y'all seen Event Horizon? That was suggested to me during spooky season. I get it. It was cool. I liked what's it called? So it's from Paul W.S. Anderson, who did like Resident Evil and AVP. That's what I was gonna say. He did Alien vs. Predator. So I was like really, when I saw his name pop up, I was like, oh boy. But I think that might be his best movie, potentially. It was cool. Sir, if you weren't straight and married, I'd be flirting hard, but your commentary has me thinking with my head, mind, rather than the other hand, so appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Charlie. And thank you for the respect. I think my wife would really appreciate that too, so thank you. Hearts not heard, LMAO. All right, so just a fair warning, y'all, I do need to get off of here soon. Unfortunately, I have work today. I know, on a Saturday, but I do work Saturdays. So I'll stay on for like another 5-10 minutes, but just a forewarning, so I'm not just like gone. You're doing fine, but hard to come by a based YouTube reviewer. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It's funny too, when I started this, and really when I started doing like ranking videos and just even reviews, it's so hard to give your opinion because I feel like there's gonna be so much backlash. But eventually I was just like, you know what? It's how I felt. It's how I felt. And I feel like if I explain how I felt, it is what it is. It is what it is. Charlie, thank you. Yeah. You all kind of, now that I'm seeing a lot of you are new here, y'all caught this channel right after the rebrand, actually. So my little icon, Gavinator reviews, it wasn't that a week ago. Like literally a week ago today, it wasn't that. It was called GM Studios. It was a whole different thing, and I just wanted to change the vibe up. And I've been called Gavinator before from a lot of people. So I was like, hey, that kind of works. Kind of works for the channel, right? So you kind of caught the rebirth of the channel. So pretty cool. As far as what's coming out, or like what what I'm planning to do next week, is I do recaps of shows and movies and stuff. So I have like Stranger Things, and I did Predator this past week, and then this coming Tuesday I'm gonna have the I know Now You See Me. Now You See Me 1 and 2. I have the recaps coming out for that because the new one comes out Friday. I don't know if y'all are gonna see that. I feel like a lot of people might need that, so it's there if you need it. It'll be out on Tuesday. But as far as that goes, I'm gonna go see Keeper on Thursday. Scary movie. Gonna have that review out on Friday. And if I can manage it, which I should be able to, I'm gonna go see The Running Man on Friday and have that review out maybe Saturday or Sunday. But I do a live stream every Saturday, so same time, same place. I'll be here. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. PTA doesn't always do it for me. Saw one battle after another 2 times in theaters. Not as great as some of his others. Okay. Interesting. So I feel like I say this every freaking time something gets brought up, but I was on vacation when One Battle After Another came out. We were planning to go see it. We were hyped for that movie, but we never got to see it. And that's that thing of knowing, okay, it's Warner Brothers, so it'll be out on HBO Max. We're just gonna wait. My wife loves Leo and all of his movies, so we're gonna check that out. We watched The Revenant for the first time like a year or two ago, and we were just kind of shocked that that's the movie. It was great in it. Not taking away anything that he did in that, but I'm like, that's the first movie that he won the Oscar for? Because the dude has great movies. Crazy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What is your favorite Stanley Kubrick movie? So bear with me here. I have Stanley Kubrick. I have homework to do. Now, having said that, I have seen. Holy crap. Please don't leave. Okay, so I guess the only movie I've seen of his is The Shining, which I think is a masterpiece. It's funny. I want to watch Clockwork Orange. That's what I want to watch. Like that's like my next big movie. That's like it's like right there, and I just really want to watch it. I've been looking for it on streaming services for the longest time, and I cannot find it anywhere. Every time I remember to look for it, it's not there. And prior to that, I'm like, oh, there's that movie. I want to check it out. Never did. So that's my next one of his that I want to see. But if I can only give you The Shining, and no, I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket either. Is he your favorite director? Because I was thinking about like what are the best directors working. I know he's not around anymore, but like what are the best directors working today? Give me liberty, thank you. Bro, take vacations. I'm jealous. Some of us are just trying to survive, LMAO. Yeah, I have the luxury of, I work my day job and I have this, but my wife is a very hard worker as well. Healthcare, we'll just leave it at that, but she's awesome. Let's see. Leo has never been more lost in a movie before. He looks wild in that trailer. He looks crazy in that trailer. I think he looks great. Yeah. So I do want to see it. Hans boy, you're welcome back. I'm about to take off here shortly, but thank you for coming back. HBO Max has it. For real? Oh, I'll check. Hold on. I'll check after this. But if it has it right now, I might be checking that out this week. Okay. I think Paths of Glory much more beautiful than Shining. Okay. Paths of Glory. Where is it at? Paths of Glory. There it is. 1957. Okay. Oh, it's on Tubi. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. That is seriously, like, I'm glad you brought him up because that's a director that I really want to check out. Him and kind of going in the opposite direction is Cronenberg. I don't have much knowledge on him, and I know he's a pretty big name, and that's another one I want to check out. Sergio Leone, okay. Y'all make it really hard to leave. I really enjoy like talking to you all. Oh, okay, so he does a lot of the westerns. Okay. Damn, he's got some bangers. I already told you I don't watch westerns, but I know a few of these names and I know that they're classics, so that's pretty cool. Oh, you're watching my vids? Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, the new one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. So Clockwork Orange, I have Better Call Saul, Interview with the Vampire, all those good things. It's a Warner Brothers property. Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. So yeah, that's that thing of I love being that guy. I'm that guy that just knows like, okay, that's coming to this streaming, it's coming to that streaming. It sounds like you are too. So I feel like it's just good knowledge to have, especially since we all have them. Barry Lyndon is my favorite Kubrick, but that can change in the next hour or so. The Paths of Glory is so brutal because they had no chance to get. Oh, chance from the get-go. Okay, so it does look like a war movie, right? From that poster, it looks like a war movie. So, all right, I'll have to check those out for sure. Damn. All right, y'all. I think this is a good time to go. I don't want to go, but I gotta go. But thank you all for all the support, the donations, the comments, all that great stuff. Y'all are awesome. And like I said, I'll be back next Saturday with hopefully some of this homework done. I obviously can't get these shows done in that time, but maybe I can check out Kubrick and maybe start one of these shows. We'll see. We'll see. Because we'll see. But thank you all for the suggestions and just all the support. Real quick, favorite westerns. True Grit is awesome. True Grit, I have seen that. I have not seen The Assassination of Jesse James. I've not seen that one, but True Grit is fire. Also, if you're looking for any adult animation, Has Been Hotel. Hell of a Boss is great, but great watch with the Mist. Okay, so Has Been Hotel has been on my list as well. Charlie, you're bringing some good stuff today. Thank you. Thank you. This was fun. We'll tune in next time. Looking forward to seeing you, Luke. Martin Scorsese or Steven Spielberg or James Cameron? Which one is better? Real quick, Spielberg. Spielberg, Cameron, Scorsese. Check in next time, next week, and we can talk more about that because I do have some thoughts on that. All right, Charlie, I will see you next time. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you next time.